And we're live. Good afternoon. So today I'm going to be talking about my new venture. Really, it's the next step. So I'm going to be opening up a Facebook group. And so this is what today's live stream is going to be pretty much all about. We're going to have even a YouTube channel review of sorts. Not really, just somebody, a subscriber who's got a channel themselves has just asked me to have a quick look over, and also for some roundabout tips. So we're going to have some Q&A in today's session, and really just bringing you up to date with where things are, and yeah, hopefully answer a few of your questions as well. I've had a few questions sent in also, so that should be quite good. Some interesting questions, I think, ones that have been on the back burner for some time now, because the last live feed I did was good couple of months ago. So hi everybody, hi Pricey, hi Thompson Johnson. We are well on our way. Hi Heather, congratulations on passing your tests. Oh, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting. She said, even though you're not being instructed, a lot for me and many others, and I really appreciate it. Well, you're very, very welcome. Hi Alan, hi Ryan, hi Jaden, hi Natasha. So yes, very, very honoured and privileged to have you all on. We've got 49 on at the minute and we're 1 minute 40 in. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name's Matt, and on this channel it's all about helping you learn to drive online, you could say, just giving you extra tips, tutorials, driving lesson videos, mock tests, you know, just things that you might not be getting with your current driving instructor or parents if you're learning with parents. So if you do like what you see on the video, please consider subscribing and leave us a thumbs up on the video. It just lets YouTube know that this is sort of a popular video, and it tends to work well for the algorithm. And don't forget to tap the bell icon, because you will be notified of every new video that I put out. So before I get going, I just want to say a special thanks to my patrons. So that's Louise, Doru, Joe, and also Leanne. So I just want to say a big thanks to those guys who send me a little bit each month just to help me out and support me along the journey. Basically, it's hard to make the videos while I'm out at work every day, in a nutshell. So the extra money goes a long way in just creating some free time for me. But if any of you want to donate, even as little as £1, I will put the link in the description. All the info for the description will be in after the video. So after the video, I'm going to put all this information in. So bear with me with all the links and everything, because I'll update that after the video. I've just not had time this afternoon. So also, I want to thank Sammy as well, who's doing a lot. You might have known, if you've been watching for a while, that the channel art has changed a little bit. So Sammy's been helping us out, creating the thumbnails for the videos. They're a lot more attractive now, a lot more eye-catching, which I think is helping bring a lot more viewers in. So his description link will be in the description of his work, basically. So if you want to check out some of the work that Sammy does, Sammy Designs, you can check that out as well. So let's see who else is on. Hi Josh, hi Alex. The Boy Gamer, do I know you? I think that's Jack. If Jack's on, hello Jack. And I want to say thanks as well, loads and loads of thanks. I will get this out of the way. I've just got to get this out of my system. It's been a long time since I've done a live one. I want to say thanks to all the people who let me do the videos for the last so many months. So Jack particularly, been a real good sport with them videos. And Rosie, so thank you guys for helping us out there. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Tambila Shafiq. She's passed her part 3 today, which is very good. So I've been helping somebody out who's becoming an instructor, and she's gone and passed today. So big congratulations, and I've been working really hard on that. So good stuff. I'm interested to see actually what went on. Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm going to answer some of your questions in a bit, so hang fire with those guys if you can. The Facebook page then. So I've currently got a Facebook page, but it's private, and I want to create more of a community for the YouTube channel that I've got, because I've got a really great community, but I feel like we can't really communicate very well. You've got the comment section, but let's think about the comment section. You can't have a profile. You can't have pictures. You can't, what else did I put down? You can't post videos. And you can't just create a post as such. Now, there is parts of YouTube where you can do that. I don't think they've unlocked it for my particular site yet. So, basically, it doesn't serve that purpose. So what I'm going to do as to today, I'm going to cut this long story short. I have opened up my Facebook group. It's now an open group. I'm happy for everybody to jump aboard, and we can help each other, really. So we can communicate more frequently. If you've got a question, it's probably going to benefit many, the answer. I could answer it live via a video. And you can help each other as well, because of what I've noticed is some of the people on the comments they know what they're talking about, you know, and so they'll put a comment on. But it's hard, really, if it's lost in a video that I made 12 months ago, you might not watch that. So if we've got a stream all the, you know, constantly sort of always updating and everybody's sort of following it, then I think that's going to be a lot better. My current patrons are already in this group, and so there's already content on there. And so if you join this group today, I will put the link in the description as well. I've got a video on there at the moment that you may find interesting. It's the first part of my new series, which I'll be releasing in the summer, which is Learn to Drive Online, which is basically videos to help you learn from scratch with all the little detail bits that you might not get elsewhere. All right, so the first videos on there that I put on for my patrons just for them to sample. You may find it interesting, you may not. So that's on there at the moment. So yeah, the link will be in the description. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that's a good idea. Tell me if you've got any ideas. I'm always open to ideas. I'm always open to improving myself and learning more and getting better and better. So we've got 74 on now, guys. This is absolutely amazing. 75. Can't go wrong, can you? So yeah, overwhelmed with the support there. So the other thing that I was thinking, now I'm getting loads of emails every day. Just messages saying thanks and that and whatnot. It's amazing, to be honest, that I'm having such a difference and making a difference to people's lives, and in terms of how they're achieving, you know, with their driving. But what I was thinking was, tell me your thoughts on this, and we can brainstorm this on the Facebook page as well, or whatever, or even in the comments section of this feed. What about if I offered a 10-minute phone call slot, where we could speak on the phone and we could just go over any issues where potentially other people might not be able to help you. So I know some instructors are useless, aren't they? There's loads of good ones out there, but there's loads of useless ones as well. So like, if there's anything you want to speak to me about, you could even send me a little video, couldn't you, when we open up the Facebook page? Well, it's already open once we get going in there. And we could have a 10-minute consultation for a fee, of course, because it's my time. And I could just help you out with whatever, you know, whatever you need, really. So that's a product that I'm thinking about rolling out. So tell me what you think about that. Tell me if you think it'd be useful. So I'll just catch up with my notes here. Just made a few notes, so I'm not absolutely useless, umming and ahhing all the time. Hate it when I keep going, you know the one. You know the one. Right. So let me answer a few of your questions first, and then I'll get to some of the questions that I've bought along as well. Just questions that I've had sent in. So okay, so Zach, hi Zach7. Any tips for roundabouts? You're struggling. Right, okay. First of all, understand what a roundabout is. It's designed to keep traffic moving. So your biggest aim should be to keep moving. Now, that means you need time to look, assess, decide and act on what you've seen. So if you're not slow enough to decide, you're not going to assess, you're not going to decide, and you're not going to act. Did that make sense? Whatever. So speed's the biggest one. Remember, they are open junctions, not closed. So you can see an approach. So if you give yourself enough time, even if there's a few cars in front, you should be able to look and keep going. Even if there's a car that means you can't go, you create time to slot in after it, if that makes sense. But don't forget, by doing that, a lot of people tend to then look right like this, and only occasionally looking back. That's a recipe for disaster, that. So you've got to be looking kind of to the right but forwards, and a little bit to the left as well. It depends which way you're going, but definitely forward. You kind of get the left with your peripheral, but if you're turning left, definitely left. There could be a set of lights outside. You don't want to rear end somebody who's still looking that way, which you never do, by the way. Always be looking where you're going when you're going. Without, you know, getting really deep, that's the first things that I'd look at. And don't bother changing down to second if you're in third and it feels good and it's open, the lanes are massive and you can see across it. Don't even waste your time. If the lanes are narrow and you need it for positioning, yeah, you might need second, but don't do it just because Jeff said or because Bob said. You need a reason why you need to do it, yeah, basically. Okay, I hope that helped, and as I say, we can go more in depth with things on the Facebook group. Scottish Bullet, hey, it's Jerry. Jerry, if you are the guy I'm thinking of, I am going to answer your question. I've been doing a bit of research, so thanks for your email today about the reverse bay parking. You got your test tomorrow, have you? So, I mean, we might as well address the question now then, Jerry. So, Jerry's been in touch. He's been watching the videos and stuff. And he's just been asking about the reverse park. Yes, I've brought along the DT1. You see that? In case you guys didn't know, this is, as it says, examiner guidance. This is available for all, okay, on the Gov website. So you can print off your own version, and literally, I mean, I don't know half of what's in here. This is, I mean, I've not been trained on it for the start, but if you need to answer any questions, then it's in here. So let's start with Jerry's question. Actually, let me just find his question. So, where are we? I wonder if you could help me with some confusion regards to bay parking. After reading the DT1, I noticed I can drive forwards into a bay. DT1 is a document I've just shown you. I can drive forwards into a bay, then at a straight line reverse into the bay to complete the manoeuvre. I have also seen many 54, what do you mean, does that mean 45 degree angles reverse into a bay. Do you have any videos about this? I'm not sure if many learners are aware they could do this manoeuvre in a few different ways. Am I correct, or am I way off from my understanding? I would appreciate your advice. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, there is different ways to do it, you know. The main thing with this, and I wouldn't even bother overthinking it, the main thing is that you're going to be in a bay to start with. You know, if you do the reverse one, which is the one you're talking about, so you're always going to drive out. The point, after reading that, the main thing that they want to see is that you aren't just going to replicate the same driving line that you've just took. So if you say you're in the bay there and you've drove out, but you keep your tyres still straight, well, all you have to do is put it in reverse. You go back exactly the same line, wouldn't you, straight back into the bay. So you need to basically adjust the tyres, and that's why they say when you drive out the bay, steer left or right, it's your choice, but straighten the driving tyres up. And so normally there's the bay, and we come side on like this. There we go, you can see now. Come side on like this. But it doesn't have to be. You can be, like you said, you know, there's many ways of doing it. You can be at a slight, so like more of an angle, you know, and then come in. It hasn't got to be, you know, like a right angle type thing. It hasn't got to be that, and come back in. So I was just reading this, and that's the general gist of it, really. So there's information in all the different parking. Let me just have a quick look, see if there's anything that I've Anything major that I've not mentioned there? So it says, providing some attempt has been made to straighten the front wheels, examiners should not be concerned if the wheels are not completely straight. So that's important, isn't it? The candidate may elect to drive forwards to adjust the angle at which they address the bay they intend to reverse into, or space permitting. They are allowed to drive forwards into one bay before reversing back in a straight line into the opposing bay. That's fine. So that's what you said, Jerry, yeah? So you've done your research, fair play to you. You're on it, aren't you? Yeah, so if you drive forwards into a bay, that means steering to get into it, doesn't it? And then it's literally reversing across into the opposite bay. So I think that answers your question. So, Jerry, we've been in touch, haven't we, for a little bit, just lately. I really appreciate your kind words and all your feedback. And I sincerely wish you the very, very best for tomorrow. I'm not going to wish you luck because you shouldn't need it. Although there is always that little, could be that little thing that could go wrong with anybody, you know, just weird circumstances. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'm way at the beginning of the comments here. So if I've not, well, I want to come to half of the comments. So I have no idea what you guys think about the Facebook feed or whatever else. So let's answer a few of your questions. So yeah, Jerry, let me know how you get on tomorrow, will you, on your test? Hi Adam, says, hello, got my test next month. Appreciate any tips like the person above said, appreciate it. There's loads of tips I could give you, right? The biggest thing I'm thinking of now in my lessons is, you know, people, it's all about mindset, honestly. It's all about mindset. So you know what I'm finding? People know what the right answer is most of the time when I ask them stuff. Doing it and having the confidence to follow it through is a different thing, because this is saying, ooh, are you sure? What about if you get it wrong? Well, so what if you get it wrong? That's why I'm sat next to you, or that's why whoever's sat next to you, so that it don't go wrong. Do you see what I mean? So you need to master your mind, and you need to basically treat it the same as your driving test. Lessons. Okay, so I hope that helps. It's a pretty broad question, but that's weird. So it says at go-to driving school, it's got a red band through. What is that, Thompson Johnson? Never seen that before. Anyway, it says I haven't started driving lessons. I've only ever driven on private land. What would be the biggest surprise to do driving on roads instead of private land? Curbs, cars, people, junctions. The list is endless. It's a completely different thing. I think you can learn your core skills, can't you? Which ain't a bad idea, because you need to think of them as core skills, transferable core skills that you're going to use on the road. So if you can get to grips with it there, less pressure on the road, away you go. Right, I'm going to come to the next question now, which was sent in to me by Jared, and this was a couple of months ago. It was just after the last live video that I did, and Jared said, I'll read the question out for you now. He says, hi Matthew, I really enjoy watching your videos and I'd like some general advice. I'm thinking of becoming a driving instructor. The idea of driving as a career and using my knowledge and skills to help others reach their potential. I have a license, however I'm 20. Oh, and I know that you've got to be 21 to get... It's all right, the printer's cut half of this off. Good, isn't it? He said, I know you've got to be 21 to get started on things. I do have a condition of autistic spectrum disorder, and I find it difficult to gain employment. I've got to make the words up here because it's cut it off. I'm thinking of becoming my own boss as a driving instructor. He says he really likes the idea of it. What route to becoming a qualified driving instructor would be best? I'm seeing lots of... I've got to the end of the page again. I've seen lots of franchises, different companies that will train you, in case you're wondering. Please let me know your thoughts. Give me the advice on what you think will be the best route to becoming a driving instructor. I really think I'd be good at this. I definitely think I have the enthusiasm and desire. Key things right there. The very fact, Jared, that you're saying that to me means you've got a bit about you. It means you already kind of know what it takes. And you're right. Without enthusiasm, you're just going to blend in and you're not going to get your message across. You're not going to stand out. It's a vital piece of the puzzle. And desire to be the best, to be good, to be, you know. So that's, I like the sound of that. And why not? Why not work for yourself? The days of, for me, working for a wage is long gone. You know, you're always reliant on that wage, and forget being reliant on anybody in life. You know, you've got to, there's only one person that can do it, and that's you. It's all within oneself. Anyway, I've not got too deep down there. And he said he's got autistic spectrum disorder. Now, there's nothing stopping, I've looked into it, there's nothing stopping you from getting into this profession. As far as I'm aware, there's people in this profession now who are in the same position. Okay? The biggest thing is communication skills. So you seem like you can, I mean, you've gone out your way to email me that. You don't know me. So you, like I say, you've got something about you. Can you communicate? Are you a good communicator usually? Because if you want to be an instructor, you're going to need to communicate well in this arena. The thing is there's a lot of instructors already that aren't good communicators. So if you think of it like that, you'd probably be better than quite a few, you know. So I hope that helps, gives you a bit of something to go off. And what route is the best to become an instructor? Well, there's only one route, I'm afraid, and that's that train with me. No, I'm joking. I do the training, by the way, and I do offer franchises for current instructors as long as they are of a certain standard, so it is subject to assessment. But definitely what you don't want to do, if that's a thing with you and you're aware that you're kind of in that position, what you've said, you want somebody that's going to look after you personally and treat you as an individual and treat you with care. Because if you go with one of these, and I'll say it, I'm not bothered, if you go with one of these big national schools, you tend to be just another number. I've had people come to me from these schools for extra training to become an instructor. That should not be happening. Never, ever. Because you've paid a lot of money for some training, and then you've got to go elsewhere to get extra training. That shouldn't be happening. So you're not going to get that one-to-one. You're probably going to end up with different trainers each week, whoever's assigned. And so I definitely would look for a local, reputable trainer, and I would put hours of research into it. Honestly, it's a massive choice, and this is your stepping stone to get you started. If this stepping stone's wrong, that could have massive implications going forward, because you can still qualify, and not quite know things that you need to know. I know that for sure. So that's it really. I did write a book on, well, I didn't write it, but I put together a book on what it's really like being a driving instructor, so you may be interested in that. Anyway, so I hope that helps, Jared, and so we will now get back on track. So let's answer a few of your questions. Got tested a few days. This is Neil Chowty. Hi, Neil. Got tested a few days. Any tips on how I can calm my nerves? Yeah, them nerves, eh? I'll tell you what, I think you need, again, it's the mind. So, because it is only a test, isn't it? It's a thing you've been doing already. It is, isn't it? It's just driving. But there's somebody sat next to you, don't know. Which was the same with your driving lessons on the first lesson, probably. The trouble is you didn't know anything about driving then, usually. Some people do. So, I I would check out some of my driving lesson video reviews. If you go to that playlist, driving lesson video reviews, check out some of the ones I did I did one with Josh. Josh is quite good at explaining it, and it's quite inspirational the way he puts it, and is motivating. So check those out. Also check out the links in the description to that video. I did one about Maya as well, and I read that out. So Maya's driving lesson, I can't remember where it is. Anyway, it's in the same folder, it should be. So just check out the description there. There's some links to some hypnotherapy videos. It again, really all hypnotherapy. It sounds a bit wacky, doesn't it? But all it is mastering your mind, really. So have a look at that, I would, and be careful not to overthink it. Sorry about this. Another inquiry. Phone never stops. I need more of me. Hello, Charlotte, the boy gamer. We all know the boy gamer. That's Jack. If you want to see some of Jack's lessons, then go to Jack's playlist with his driving lessons in there. Also, check out Jack's YouTube channel, which is in the link of his. The link is in the description of his driving lesson videos. Henna. Hello there. Said I love your videos. You're the only driver instructor I actually watch without getting bored. That's nice. Thanks for that. Because there is quite a few now, and they're on YouTube, doing quite a few videos. And fair play to them. I support them. I've got no. To me, it's not. Again, it should never be against one another. We should be coming together and working together, you know, and helping each other. So but I'm really thrilled to hear that. What is it that you don't, why don't you get bored, if you don't mind saying? Because if these are the bits why people watch, I want to know, because I want to capitalize on it. Pricey, where are you based? I'm based in Derby, also based in Swaddling Coat. Rebecca Lewis, hi Rebecca. She says, I hope you're still on. I know it's quite a while back now. She said, 3-door cars with car seats, easy enough or a bit of a hassle? Yeah, a bit of a hassle. Bit of a hassle, but you know me, I would rather sacrifice convenience for style. It's sad, isn't it? But definitely, I quite like some 4-door cars. You can't, but sometimes when they make a car 5-door, it makes the back much bigger. So I know it's shallow, but if you're not that bothered, I'd definitely go for a 5-door, because I have to get 2 of them in the back here. You've probably seen the seats. Wonga17, hello again. I've seen you on before. Can you explain how car theory tests work? Is there a test centre where you revise theory tests? Okay, so the thing you want to do, you want to go on the DVSA's YouTube channel, and they've got some useful videos on there. DVSA's YouTube channel. Go on there and have a look. Have a look on there, because they've got a video on that, and it'll tell you all what happens on the day and on the driving test as well. You know, that since it's been changed. Right, so let's go back to what we're on with the actual schedule of this live feed. So I'm still working on my Learn to Drive series. I'll be giving you regular updates on the open Facebook group. Again, none of the links are in the description at the moment. I will be putting them in after the video. Or everything I've been talking about will all be in the description. So bear with me on that. I also want to give a big shout out to Josh Stimson. Hi Josh. Josh has been in touch. Again, another subscriber. And he just thanked me for the videos, and also asked me to give him a shout out. So Josh has got his own YouTube channel. So it's, as it is, Josh Stimson, his name. So if you want to check that out. And he asked me to review his channel, and also to give him some tips on large roundabouts. So let's review his channel first, and then we'll come on to the large roundabouts. So the couple of things that I wrote down is basically a music site, isn't it? And from what I gather, it's you creating content as in music and then putting it out as a video. I see on some of them you've made your own video, so I'm loving the creativity there. But I wasn't sure whether you're writing it yourself or whatever. So then I went to the about section just to see a little bit more, and there was nothing in there, no information. So if I want to learn more about Josh Stimson because I'm interested, I can't. It's not easy for me, and I'm going to get bored and click off, you know, if I'm just somebody general. All right, so that's the first thing. Fill in your about section. I need to revise mine personally because it's probably a bit dated. I need to revise a lot of things actually, but I just need the time. I wish I had it. All the ideas, all the determination, ambition, but not enough time. That's my trouble. Right, so the other thing is I would keep your thumbnails consistent. There's something that I've changed over the last couple of months, and I've seen a difference on the channel. People, when your videos come up in suggested, they need to be, people need to see it, and they need to, oh, that's Josh's video. I see that because of the colour, the design, the layout, you know. You want to make things as easy as possible for people to be clicking on. Also on the thumbnails, the text is small, so you want to really highlight what it is that the video is about, because I couldn't read it on a desktop. So if you can't read it on a desktop, you can't read it on a mobile probably. And I also noticed that some of the videos aren't on topic. Just, one of the videos was about chili sauce, and there was loads of swearing in it. I've got no problems with swearing. Quite partial to the occasional swear word myself, but I don't do it. I'm not perfect anyway, even in this setting, but I try not to do it in a professional setting, because you've got to think, if you're going to have an audience that isn't necessarily, some of them might be younger, some of them might be older. Some parents might not let people watch stuff, but also it puts people off, especially if the swearing's unnecessary, because it's not, you know, just, that's it really. So, and the video was on chili sauce as well, so keep on topic, yeah. So that's my little few tips for you about your YouTube channel. Now let's talk about your roundabout. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if it was, Josh. But yeah, it's a nice little channel. You've got just under 1,000 subscribers, I see, and I didn't quite catch when you started it. That's, if ever you guys want to find out when anybody started a YouTube channel, guys, go to the about section. It'll tell you when the channel opened. Okay. Anyway, so I will put the link to Josh's site as well. So let's tips on large roundabouts. So it depends what type, because on some of the large ones you've got spiral roundabouts, haven't you? If you don't know what spiral roundabouts are, they're like roundabouts that move you outwards as you go around them. You don't necessarily change lanes, it moves you out. Often they're light controlled. So let's move that out of the equation. Let's say they're not spiral, they're not light controlled. Big roundabouts on the approach. Josh said he was missing good opportunities to go. So, you know, really, I am only gonna regurgitate what I said earlier about approaching at the right speed and utilizing the fact that it's probably very open on approach, and if it's not, slowing down to look through the gap in between. So let's say there's two cars, yeah, you're going to look through that gap. When you pass this car, you're going to look through that gap, through the glass, back forward, through the glass, back forward. If you can't see it, there's a big vehicle coming, you're going to slow so you never get at the side of it. If you're always moving, it's easy to get going. As long as you're in the correct gear, of course. Don't slow too much and then still be in fourth. So, it's all about that really, and capitalising the fact that it's open, probably. Some roundabouts, they put them big fences up at the side, don't they? Have you noticed? You ever thought about that? They put the fences up there to stop you from seeing so early. If you can't see as early, what are you going to do? That's it. You guessed it, you're going to slow down, aren't you? So you can see. So it's a traffic calming measure. But I would always be slow enough, early enough, so they don't stop anyway. The other thing is, and this would be marked as undue hesitation on the driving test, is not being prepared to go. So let's say you have stopped. Yeah, sometimes you've got to stop, haven't you? You just have to, no matter what. So what I see when you stopped is, if somebody sat next to me with their foot on the foot brake, clutch, yeah, kind of just below bite, let's say. Because if it's at bite and your foot's on the foot brake, your right foot, and your left foot's at bite, your car's rumbling and it's shaking, it wants to go. So let's say that you're just below bite, you're on the foot brake. Now I'm thinking, I can see the gap developing. I can see the blocker coming. And if you don't know what blockers are, you need to know what blockers are. Blockers. Because that's going to help you no end. Anyway, back to what I was saying. If your foot's on a foot brake when you're looking at that roundabout, forget it. Just forget it. Because you're not prepared, are you? If you're not prepared, you're not going to feel confident. If you don't feel confident, you're not going to take your chances. And when I say chances, I mean proper chances, and I mean half chances. I mean proper clearances where you can cross the path of, you know, oncoming cars, but it's timing, isn't it? Right, I'll tell you what blockers are. Blockers are, you know, because you give way to your right, and they give way to their right, and they give way to their right, and so on and so on and so on. So, if you're approaching a roundabout and the side on the right starts slowing, why are they slowing? They're not giving way to us, are they? So you need to look. Don't just stare to the right. Massive thing that I always say, staring to the right. You're always going to stop when you stare to the right because you don't know where you're going forwards. And then you look across. Oh, they've stopped because they give way to their right, and their right's going straight on, not even crossing my path, so I can get on, go round, and off we go. So without spending masses of time, that's just really just bullet pointing my point. I've not made a video on roundabouts. I will be making a video on roundabouts and sharing all these tips and more on my new Learn to Drive video series, which will be out in the summer. So I've completed part 1, part 2. I've got some of the other parts recorded. There's a couple of parts to record and to edit, so I'm busy with that as well. So, and that leads me on to the next thing. I'm not getting as many videos out as I would like to. I'm really busy with it. I'm learning loads of new stuff in terms of editing, which is a big headache in itself. Only because I feel pressure that I want to do it quicker to get more stuff out, but it needs the right time to learn it properly. Yeah, the videos have improved, the production quality improved slightly, and if you think there's anything else I could improve on, if you know any bits and bobs, let me know. Somebody said the other day something was doing something every 2-3 seconds. Just let me know exactly what it is so I can address it. But I'm going off on one there, aren't I? I'm on about the video series. Yeah, so I'm not getting as many videos out as I would like to, but I'm averaging about 1 a week. I want to continue with that. Maybe more live streams. If you find these useful, let me know. Because the live streams, it's less work. So I've put some notes down and stuff, and I've done some preparation, but I haven't got to go all out on a thumbnail. I haven't got to edit it. It is what it is, raw, like this is. So yeah. So that's pretty much me done there in terms of everything that I wanted to go over. And I'd just like to thank you all, you know, everybody, my patrons, but also my YouTube community, all my subscribers, previous patrons, everybody who's ever watched any of my videos. Sincerely thank you to you, because we're well on the way to 8,000 subscribers now, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to sign off by answering a few more of your questions, and then we will wrap it up. I'm going over my allotment. Don't think I'm going to get burnt today, do you? It's gone grey again. So, okay, Ashley776, she says, hi, I've just passed my test in diesel. I'm really... Oh, I know what you're going to say. I'm sorry to hear this. I'm really struggling with clutch control, taking off at junctions. The car is petrol. Partner hates it when I rev to change gear too. You know what? You fell into that thing, unfortunately, where these driving instructors aren't doing... Many of them, not all, aren't doing what's best for the pupil. And learner. Pupil's a bit outdated, isn't it, as a term. Learner, driver. You know, on diesel cars, you've been getting away with it, haven't you? I don't know if you spoke to somebody else about it, but with diesel cars, you get away with just using the clutch. So, because there's more pull in the lower rev range. So as you lift your clutch up, you kind of feel the car going. In a petrol, you don't really. You can still move off just clutch alone on a petrol if you're delicate enough, honestly. Give it a try, but you need to be setting rev. So just to cover, so the best thing you can watch, right, for this video, Ashley, I've did a lesson with Doru, and there's a couple of them. I think it was part 1 with Dory. Watch that video, because me and him go we go all out on this subject. My brain was tired afterwards, but if there's any questions that aren't answered there, then I'll be surprised. And then there's another video, and I think the title, it says gas in big capital letters before clutch. So it's got to be gas before clutch. Rev to change gear. Remember, you shouldn't be on the revs at any part during the gear change whatsoever. Only first gear you're on the revs, because you need the power to help lift off and give some movement and fuse the clutch plates. You're not so you, with your right foot, you've got to keep off the gas while the clutch is doing everything it needs to do. So the clutch would come off after the new gear change, up, and off, and then decide whether you're going to press the gas pedal down. We've still got 90 on, which is absolutely tremendous. All right. Okay, so I am going to leave it there. We've been on for quite a while. I've addressed lots of different points. Yes, and so I'm just trying to think, really. I would love to catch up with you all on the open Facebook group. So, as I say, there'll still be some videos on there at the moment that you can take advantage of. Some previous private live streams that I've done with my patrons. So hope to see you all on there. Links will be in the description of the video. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because that helps YouTube to kind of understand that it's you know, a popular video, and it's more likely to put it into suggested videos. Do consider sharing, and definitely consider subscribing if you're new. And tap the bell icon for instant notifications of every time I upload a new video, because you will be instantly notified into your email. Okay, guys, so yeah, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. Let me know how you felt the live feed went. If you want to do more of them, let me know. The more comments I get about it, the more I know that this is what you guys want. So I'll catch you soon. Take care.